Ladies and gentlemen, Pamela Fox with I'm a Barbie Girl in a CS World.
Okay, get ready for pink. A lot of pink. All right, so a few weeks ago, Mattel created an online poll to answer a very important question. What would be the profession of the next Barbie? Now, they added computer engineer as one of the options, which basically guaranteed that the entire online world was going to vote for this. All right, now this vote went viral. It went to Reddit, Dig, Twitter. It was all over the internal Google mailing list. So obviously we won, right? And we probably only hacked it a little bit. So we just had to decide. Mattel just had to figure out, what is this Barbie going to look like? So this is the result. She's got pink shoes, pink laptop, skin-tight pants. Some people saw this. Oh, and she's got a lot of binary code, too. Some people saw this and accused Mattel of continuing to uphold their bad reputation of pushing female stereotypes like being girly and liking pink. But in fact, they're breaking stereotypes here, because the stereotype of a computer science girl is that they don't like pink. So Mattel is saying, little girls, you can like pink and be a computer engineer at the same time. And that's actually really important. So I want to say why. So backing up a bit to when I was a little girl, I was raised by two computer scientists who taught me to program at a young age. And I liked programming in my spare time. I thought they had a really cool job. So I figured I'd go to college and get a computer science degree. Now, when I first got to college, I kind of realized I didn't fit in. First time, I was in comp sci class, freshman, Halloween, and two girls had dressed up in the class. Meet another one. The other one, Star Wars Trooper. Me, fishnet, boots, miniskirt. Oops. I eventually made friends with my classmates, and they were quick to point out our additional differences. So they love Star Wars, I love chick flicks. The only game I can beat is solitaire, and they only play real games. Now, as they realized that I wasn't a true geek like them, they stopped inviting me to their hangouts, like D&D nights and sci-fi screenings, LAN parties, and eventually to anything. And I was actually kind of sad. But lots of extracurriculars. So master's year, I was kind of lonely and thought I'd find a way to fit in more. So I taught myself how to program games. I picked up some vintage gaming t-shirts for games I'd never even played. And that was enough geek cred to get me in with the crowd, even though I was faking it. But I was kind of used to the feeling that I didn't belong, right? So, because I was raised by two British geeks in upstate New York. So me and my siblings were constantly reminded, like, that we didn't speak right, and we said some stunny, and we weren't supposed to wear unmatching socks, whatever. So I didn't think about this feeling that I didn't belong in comp sci, until I met a bunch of other people that felt that same way. And that was when I got the opportunity to teach these 20 minority students in a computer science institute one summer. Now, I've met a lot of CS students, and these kids were different. They used to hold dance-offs after class, sometimes even during. They inspired me to do dance-offs during conferences. It's such a great way to stall while there's technical problems. You're just like So they were asked to do a poster session about their ideas for increasing diversity, and there was one poster I always remembered by one of my favorite students. She had drawn a girl that was half stereotype, half reality. The stereotype was this introverted super genius, and the reality was this creative social girl. She said she just wanted more examples of girls like that creative girl, to show her that she could be that girl and still be in comp sci. So for the girls that are growing up today, Barbie can be their role model and can show them that it is possible to be like that. Now, it's not that I want every single comp sci person wearing pink in the future, right? I just want to get rid of the idea that you have to like anything in particular besides programming, right? Ideally, there'd be Barbies of punks and jocks and nuns. Drink. So generally, I don't like the idea that an occupation is related to personality or personal preferences, right? So you should be able to be a cross-dressing politician, a preppy tattoo artist, or a sex-trade golfer. Diversity is good. Diversity is a good thing for people that are in decision-making groups, like professions or professional teams. In Wisdom of the Crowds, the author argued that diversity of opinion was one of the 4 elements of a wise crowd to make sure that you have variance in process, thought approach, blah, blah, blah. All right, so that's just a theory, blah, 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 so you don't have to believe it, right? But in my personal experience on project teams, I find that it helps to have a variety of opinions, and especially since a lot of us in comp sci teams or projects are actually making user-oriented apps, it helps when your project team actually reflects the diversity of your users, right? So the point is that I want the world of CS to be a welcoming world, one that doesn't actually care what your extra skills are. I shouldn't have to defend my comp sci geek cred just because I wear a miniskirt or because I can't make it past the first level of Super Mario Brothers. True story. So the next step is for you guys to go out and buy this Barbie for your kids and modify it as desired, right? And just encourage them to pick a profession regardless of their personality.